friends, this is me, Mehvish, your host. Welcome back to our YouTube channel, Best Book for You. I hope you all are well and doing great. Today I am back with another video to continue our UCAT test preparation. But before we move towards our practice questions, I want to tell you about this website we have, which link is just shown on the slide in front of you, which is www.bestbookforyou.co.uk. So this is our website on which you can find every best-selling book that you wanted to read. All the books are available that I had reviewed on this channel, and many more other books are also available on our website. And every book is available on the best price. You can also get more or less on some selected books. So if you wanted to buy any book for yourself or to gift someone, to your friend or family, you can visit our website right now and buy your favorite books. In addition to these books, we also have this product, A1 5-star LED handheld shower head with hose and bracket. It balances pH level, it reduces weak alkaline water, it promotes healthier, smoother and healthy hair. So you can use this keyword on amazon.uk if you are interested in buying this product. I like to start with something funny. One day, Adam was talking to God. He said, "Why did you make Eve so beautiful?" God said, "So you would love her." He said, "Well, God, why did you give her such long flowing hair?" God said it again, "So you would love her." He said, "Well, God, why did you give her such a great figure?" God said the same thing, "So you would love her." He said, "Okay, God, you made her so beautiful, so attractive. Why did you make her so dumb?" God said, "That's easy, Adam. So she would love you." Okay, so let's move towards our UCAT test preparation. So we have started our quantitative reasoning subtest section and we have completed our 16 questions. Today we're going to continue it from question number 17. So let's see what the question is. The mobile advertising market comprises display, search, and SMS ad format. The graph shows the change in the value of the display ad market from the previous year and the share of search and SMS ads during a certain period. In the year preceding Y1, which is year 1, the value of the display ad market was 1.2 pounds million. So here we have this graph. There we have mobile ad market. And this one we have given the change in display ad in $1,000,000. And then we have this percentage share of search and SMS ad. So the question is, what was the value of the display ad market in Y1? Option A 2.9 million pounds. Option B 3.2 million pounds. Option C 3.6 million pounds. Option D 3.8 million pounds. Option E 4.2 million pounds. So here we have given the 5 amounts and we have to select the one correct. So let's see which one is the correct. So here we have the correct response is the option E. Percentage change in display ad market in year 1 is 250%. Display ad market in year 1 is equals to 1.2 million pounds plus 2.5 multiplied by 1.2 million pounds, which is equals to 4.2 million pounds. That's why the option E is the correct option. So the question was that what was the value of the display ad market in Y1? So option E is the correct option, that 4.2 million pounds is the value of the display ad market in Y1. Okay, next we have the same information, same passage with the same chart, but the question is different. So in this one they asked that what was the difference between the value of the display ad market in year 3 and year 2. Option A 7.6 million pounds. Option B 7.9 million pounds. Option C 8.1 million pounds. Option D 8.4 million pounds. Option E 10.1 million pounds. Okay, so here we have the correct response is the option D, that percentage change in display ad market in year 1 is 250%. Display ad market in year 1 is equals to 1.2 million pounds plus 2.5 multiplied by 1.2 million pounds, which is equals to 4.2 million pounds, as we calculated this value in the last question also. The next thing we have to do is the percentage change in display ad market in year 2 is 150%. So display ad market in year 2 is equals to 4.2 million pounds plus 1.5 multiplied by 4.2 million pounds, which is equals to 6.3 million pounds. Therefore, 4.2 million pounds plus 6.3 million pounds is equals to 10.5 million pounds. Percentage change in display ad market in year 3 is 80%. Display ad market in year 3 is equals to 10.5 million pounds plus 0.8 multiplied by 10.5 million pounds, which is equals to 8.4 million pounds. Therefore, 10.5 million pounds plus 8.4 million pounds is equals to 18.9 million pounds. So difference between value of display ad market in year 3 and year 2 is equals to 18.9 million pounds minus 10.5 million pounds is equals to 84 million pounds. So this is the difference between value of display ad market in Y3 and Y2, which is year 3 and year 2. Okay, so here we have the percentages which we used in these calculations. As you can see here, that this circle represents the percentage change in display ad, and the triangle represents the percentage share of search and SMS ad. So these are the percentages. We used 80 in the year 3, and in the year 2 we have used the 150, and in the year 1 we have used the 250 percentage to calculate all these values. So the question was that what was the difference between the value of the display ad market in year 3 and year 2. So the correct option is option D, that 8.4 million pounds was the difference between the value of the display ad market in year 3 and year 2. Okay, so here we have again the same paragraph, same passage, you can say, with the same information. So again we're going to use all this information to conclude our answer of the question. Here we have this paragraph. You can again take a look at this one. Again the same amounts in million pounds and some percentages of the different years. So now we have the question is that what was the value of the mobile ad market in year 3? Option A, 22 million pounds. Option B, 25 million pounds. Option C, 27 million pounds. Option D, 32 million pounds. And option E is 36 million pounds. So here we have these 5 options. So let's see which one is the correct option. Okay, so here we have the correct response is option C. Percentage change in display ad market in Y1 is 250%, as we have seen in the chart. Display ad market in year 1 is equals to 1.2 million pounds plus 2.5 multiplied by 1.2 million pounds, which is equals to 4.2 million pounds. So the percentage change in display ad market in year 2 is 150%. Display ad market in year 2 equals to 4.2 million pounds plus 1.5 multiplied by 4.2 million pounds, which is 6.3 million pounds. Therefore, 4.2 million pounds plus 6.3 million pounds is equals to 10.5 million pounds. So the percentage change in display ad market in Y3 is 80%. Display ad market in year 3 is equals to 10.5 million pounds plus 0.8 multiplied by 10.5 million pounds, which is 8.4 million pounds. Therefore, 10.5 million pounds plus 8.4 million pounds is equals to 18.9 million pounds. So value of mobile ad market in year 3 is equals to value of display ad market in year 3 divided by share of display ad market, which is equals to 18.9 million pounds divided by 1 minus 0.3, which is equals to 27 million pounds. So option C is the correct option. So 27 million pounds was the value of the mobile ad market in year 3. Okay. So next we have the same passage and the same chart. So the question is, in year 4, the mobile ad market comprised 28% of the total online ad market. What was the value of the online ad market in year 4? Option A, 98.7 million pounds. Option B, 109.6 million pounds. Option C, 111.10 million pounds. And option D, 114.75 million pounds. Option E, 120.9 million pounds. So here we have these 5 values and option D is the correct response. So again we have to calculate all the 4 values for 4 years. First we have percentage change in display ad market in year 1 is 250%. Display ad market in year 1 is equals to 1.2 million pounds plus 2.5 multiplied by 1.2 million pounds, which is equals to 4.2 million pounds. Then percentage change in display ad market in year 2 is 150%. Display ad market in year 2 equals to 4.2 million pounds plus 1.5 multiplied by 4.2 million pounds, which is 6.3 million pounds. Therefore, 4.2 million pounds plus 6.3 million pounds is equals to 10.5 million pounds. Percentage change in display ad market in year 3 is 80%. Display ad market in year 3 equals to 10.5 million pounds plus 0.8 multiplied by 10.5 million pounds, which is equals to 8.4 million pounds. Therefore, 10.5 million pounds plus 8.4 million pounds is equals to 18.9 million pounds. Now we have the last year. So the percentage change in display ad market in year 4 is 36%. Display ad market in year 4 is equals to 18.9 million pounds plus 0.36 multiplied by 18.9 million pounds, which is 6.804 million pounds. Therefore, 18.9 million pounds plus 6.804 million pounds is equals to 25.704 million pounds. So value of mobile ad market in year 4 is equals to value of display ad market in year 4 divided by share of display ad market equals to 25.704 million pounds divided by 1 minus 0.2. So the value we have is the 32.13 million pounds. So the value of online ad is equals to 32.13 million pounds divided by 0.28, and we have the actual value is the 114.7 million pounds. Okay, so that's why we have the right option is the option D, that is 114.7 million pounds. So what was the question? That in year 4 the mobile ad market comprised 28% of the total online ad market. What was the value of the online ad market in year 4? So 114.75 million pounds was the value in online ad market in year 4. Okay, so next we have the 21st question. Now we have the different passage with the different information. In the passages, the diagram shows the asset allocation recommended by an asset management company based on the investor profile. The asset allocation for a conservative investor is shown as the angle subtended at the center of the circle. The asset allocation for moderate and aggressive investors is shown for every $100 of the respective investment. So here we have this diagram for asset allocation. Here we have given aggressive, then we have the moderate, and then we have the conservative. Some degrees are given, some values. So there are some blocks that represented, first one represented cash, second with bubbles it represented bonds, third with wave-like symbol it represented domestic stocks, and the last one, which is blank, it represented international stock. So by using this information in the diagram and in the passage, we will conclude our answer of this question that is given. So the question is, what is the angle subtended at the center of the circle for an investment in stocks for a moderate investor? Option A, 218 degree. Option B, 220 degree. Option C, 224 degree. Option D, 234 degree. Option E, 236 degree. So the correct option is option D. So here we have some calculations to conclude this answer. Asset allocation for stocks for $100 investment for a moderate investor is equals to $25 plus $40, which is equals to $65. Angle subtended at the center of a circle for an investment in stocks for a moderate investor is equals to 65 multiplied by 360 degrees divided by 100 is equals to 234 degrees. So that's why option D is the correct option. And the question was that what is the angle subtended at the center of the circle for an investment in stocks for a moderate investor. So here, as you all already know, that the center of the circle is always the 360 degree. That's why we have used the 360 degree with a value to conclude our answer. So we have the answer is 234 degree is the angle subtended at the center of the circle for an investment in stocks for a moderate investor. Okay, now we have the same passage. You can take a look at this one, and then we have the same diagram with same representation of cash, bonds, domestic stocks, international stock. The question is the total amount of money invested by a conservative investor was $23,525. What was the difference in the value of the assets allocated to bonds and the value of the assets allocated to cash for the conservative investor? Option A, 8,430 pounds. Option B, 8,720 pounds. Option C, 9,410 pounds. Option D, 9,550 pounds. Option E, 9,820 pounds. So here we have these 5 values. So option C is the correct response. So the difference in the angle subtended for bonds and cash is equals to 216 degree minus 72 degree, which is equals to 144 degree. So the difference in the value of asset allocation is equals to 144 multiplied by 23,525 divided by 360, which is the center of the circle, and it is equals to 9,410 pounds. So that's why we have the right option is option C. So as you look towards the percentages for cash and bonds, the assets, then we have the degrees. As you know, this one is the cash one, so here it means we have this one for cash, and then this one is for the bonds, the bubbles, the 25 degree. Okay, So here we have the option C is the correct response, that $9,410 was the difference in the value of assets allocated to bonds and the value of the assets allocated to cash for the conservative investor. Okay, next we have again the same information and the same diagram with asset allocation, aggressive, moderate, and conservative. We have these symbols that represented cash, bonds, domestic stocks, international stock. And the question is, what is the mean value of asset allocation to cash for $18,200 investment for a moderate investor and an aggressive investor? Okay, so here we have option A, $1,225. Option B, $1,365. Option C, $1,380. Option D, $1,395. Option E, $1,415. So option B is the correct response, as asset allocation for cash for a moderate investor is equals to 100 minus 25 plus 40 plus 25, which is equals to $10. Asset allocation for cash for an aggressive investor is equals to 100 minus 30 plus 55 plus 10, which is equals to $5. Mean value of asset allocation for cash for a $18,200 investment is equals to 10 plus 5 divided by 2 multiplied by 18,200 divided by 100 equals to $1,365. So the correct option we have is the option B, which is $1,365 is the mean value of asset allocation to cash for a $18,200 investment for a moderate investor and an aggressive investor. Okay, next we have the diagram shows the asset allocation and all the same information, and we have the same diagram about the aggressive, moderate, conservative. Then we have again the same symbol that represented first one to the cash, second to the bonds, and third one to the domestic stocks, and the last one for the international stock. And the question is, if the asset allocation for an aggressive investor is shown as a semicircle, what would be the angle subtended by domestic stocks for an aggressive investor? Option A, 89 degree. Option B, 97 degree. Option C, 98 degree. Option D, 99 degree. And option E, 101 degree. So the correct option is the option D, that angle subtended by domestic stocks for an aggressive investor is equals to 55 degree multiplied by 180 degree divided by 100, which is equals to 99 degree. So that's why we have the correct option is the option D, that is 99 degree. 99 degree would be the angle subtended by domestic stocks for an aggressive investor. Okay, so now we have a different question with different information. The table shows the number of daily downloads of 3 grocery delivery apps in our country. One number is missing from the table. So this one we have the table. We have 3 apps table. One is app 1, app 2, app 3. And we have 5 days for every app. And in app 2, day 3 is missing. So the question is, the number of downloads of app 1 on day 4 is correctly written as 600. The ratio of the median number of downloads per day of app 1 with the correct number to the median number of downloads per day of app 3 is 39:40. So what is the correct number of daily downloads of app 1 on day 4? Option A, 390. Option B, 400. Option C, 750. Option D, 780. Option E, 800. So the correct response is the option D, that median for app 3 is equals to 800. So let X be the median for app 1, that is 39 divided by 40, which is equals to X divided by 800, or X is equals to 39 multiplied by 800 divided by 4, which is equals to 780. So if the median is 780, it means the correct number for day 4 is 780, which is available in the option D. That's why option D is the correct response. 780 is the correct number of daily downloads of apps on day 4. Okay, so we have the next question, which is, again we have the same question with the same data in the table form with some app and the day given in it. You can take a look. And the next question is, what is the mean number of downloads per day of app 1 for the 5 days as currently shown in the table? Option A, 660. Option B, 690. Option C, 710, option D 720, option E 750. Option C is the correct response, as mean is equals to 800 plus 1000 plus 750 plus 600 plus 400 and divided by 5. All the values, first we will add all the values. You can also use the calculator from here, and you can calculate all the values by adding them, and then you can divide it by 5. Okay, so here we have the answer is 300. When we add them, we have 3550, and we divided it by 5. Then we have the right number, which is 710. So that's why option C is the correct response. 710 is the mean number of downloads per day of app 1 for the 5 days as currently shown in the table. So in this one we have used all the values for the 5 days for the app 1. These all values to add them, and we divided it by 5 because we have used the 5 days, and then we have this answer, that is 710. Okay, so again we have the same data. You can take a look at this one, the app 1, app 2, app 3, and for the 5 days for all 3 apps. And the question is, when the number of downloads of app 3 on day 6 is included, the median number of downloads per day for 6 days is the same as the median number of downloads per day for 5 days. If the number of downloads on day 6 is included, which statement about the mean number of downloads per day is certain to be true? Option A, it is less than the current mean. Option B, it is greater than the median. Option C, it is greater than the, it is 800, which is the same as the median. Option E, it is 650, which is the same as the current mean. So here we have the correct response is the option C. So the median for 5 days is 800. If the median for 6 days is also 800, then the number of downloads on day 6 must be greater than or equal to 800. So the current mean is equals to 200 plus 800 plus 450 plus 800 and plus 1000 divided by 5. Now we will add all the values first, which is equals to 3250, and then we will divide it by 5, and then we have the resulted amount, which is 650. So when a minimum of 800 is added, the total increases to 4050. So the mean becomes 4050 divided by 6, which is equals to 675. Hence, the mean will certainly be greater than the current mean, but the exact value of the mean is not clear. So that's why the option C, which is it is greater than the current mean, is the right option. So what was the question? That if when the number of downloads of app 3 on day 6 is included, the median number of downloads per day for 6 days is the same as the median number of downloads per day for 5 days. If the number of downloads on day 6 is included, which statement about the mean number of downloads per day is certain to be true? So that's why option C is the correct, that it is greater than the current mean is the certain to be true. Okay, so again we have the same table with the same information for the app 1, app 2 and app 3, and the question is, on day 3 the ratio of the number of downloads of app 1 to the number of downloads of app 3 is 3:2. What is the median number of downloads of app 2 per day for the 5 days? Option A 575, option B 585, option C 600, option D 650, option E 675. So here we have the correct response is option A. Let X be the number of downloads of app 2 on day 3, as no value is given in day 3 for the app 2, as you can see here the empty box. So then 750 divided by X, which is equals to 3/2, or X is equals to 575. Now the number of downloads of app 2 in ascending order is 500, 500, 575, 600 and 1200. So the median is 575. As you guys have to know that median is always the center number, as here we have the 5 values and the center one is the 575. Here 2 and here 2 values, and the center one is the 575. That's why it is the median. So that's why we have the option A is the 575 is the median number of downloads of app 2 per day for the 5 days. So the question was that on day 3 the ratio of downloads of app 1 to the number of downloads of app 2 is 3:2. So what is the median number of downloads of app 2 per day for the 5 days? So answer is the 575 is the median number of downloads of app 2 per day for the 5 days. Okay, so here we have the different answer question, which is Hubert bought the same type of jackets every month from a UK retail store and sold them in the US. The graph shows the cost price per jacket from January to May. Here we have the cost price of jacket. Here we have the cost price in pounds, and then we have some months: January, February, March, April, and then May. Okay. So the question is, Hubert bought a dozen jackets each month in January and February and sold them at a fixed US rate of $99 each. If the value of $1 was equivalent to $1.50 during this period, what was his total profit in January and February? Option A, $24. Option B, $248 pounds. Option C, 68 pounds. Option D, 72 pounds. Option E, 86 pounds. So we have these 5 values. So let's see which one is the right one. So here we have option D is the correct response. So cost price of 12 jackets in January is equals to 62 pounds multiplied by 12 is equals to 744 pounds. So selling price of 12 jackets in January is equals to 12 multiplied by 99 pounds dollars, which is equals to $1,188, which is equals to 1,188 pounds divided by 1.50 equals to 792 pounds. So profit in January is equal to 792 pounds minus by 744 pounds, which is equals to 48 pounds. So cost price of 12 jackets in February is equals to 64 multiplied by 12, which is equals to 768. Selling price of 12 jackets in February is equals to 12 multiplied by 99 pound dollars equals to $1,188, which is equals to 1,188 pounds divided by 1.50 equals to 792 pounds. So profit in February is equals to 792 pounds minus 762 pounds, which is equals to 24 pounds. So total profit in January and February is equals to 48 pounds plus 24 pounds, which is equals to 72 pounds. So that's why option D is the correct response, that is $72 was his total profit in January and February. Okay, so then we have the table shows the number of cycle trips males and females in different age groups went on in a year. The number of cycle trips in a year, first we have ages in years, males and females 5 to 10, 11 to 16, 17 to 20, 21 to 29, 30 to 39, and so on. So the question is, based on the data, a student concluded that the number of males who went on cycle trips during the year was close to 5 times the number of females who went on cycle trips. So, one of the following age groups best reflects this conclusion? Option A, 5 to 10, 16 years. Option B, 11 to 20 years. Option C, 30 to 49 years. Option D, 50 to 59 years. Option E, 60 plus years. So here we have some ages given, and option B is the correct response, that the number of males who went on cycle trips in the age group 11 to 20 is equals to 45 plus 31 equals to 76. So the number of females who went on cycle trips in the age group 11 to 20 is equals to 16. So the 76 divided by 16 equals to 4.75. Therefore, the 11 to 20 years age group best reflects the student's conclusion that the number of males who went on cycle trips during the year was close to 5 times the number of females who went on cycle trips. So that's why we have the correct option is the option B, which is 11 to 20 years is the age groups that best reflects this conclusion that is given in the question. Option B, 11 to 20 years. Next we have the same info. The table shows the daily rates of some newspapers and the money saved yearly if an annual subscription is bought instead. So here we have A, B, C, D, E newspapers and the daily rates, and then we have money saved in annual subscription. And the question is, what is the difference between the annual subscriptions of the two newspapers that cost the least on a daily basis? 1 year equals to 365 days. Option A is 10.20 pounds. Option B 11.24 pounds. Option C 12.35 pounds. Option D 14.62 pounds. Option E 18.10 pounds. So here we have the option E is the correct response, as the yearly subscription rate for newspaper C is daily rate multiplied by days in a year minus money saved in annual subscription. So the daily rate is 0.99 for newspaper C, as this is given in the passage. 0.99 for newspaper C. Okay, then we will multiply it by 365, that are days in a year, and minus by 35, that is, this one is the 35 saved in annual year. Okay, and the amount we have is the 326.35 pounds. So yearly subscription rate for newspaper B is daily rate multiplied by days in a year minus money saved in annual subscription. It's 1.05 multiplied by 365 minus 75 equals to 308.25 pounds. So when we calculate the difference between these two values, 326.35 pounds minus 308.25 pounds, it is equals to 18.10 pounds, which is the option E. So option E is the correct response. 18.10 is the difference between the annual subscriptions. Okay, next we have that Jamie wants to create a cubicle lid for a gift box as shown in the figure. So here we have a gift box and she wanted to make a cubicle. So some inches are given: 6 inches, 8 inches and 1 inch. And the question is, what is the total area of the cardboard pieces required to make the lid? Option A 40. Option A is 46 square inches. Option B 58 square inches. Option C, 67 square inches. Option D, 76 square inches. Option E, 87 square inches. So option D is the correct response, that area of the cubical lid is equals to area of upper rectangle plus total area of rectangles at the sides. So area of upper rectangle is equals to 6 multiplied by 8 equals to 48 square inches. So total area of rectangles at the sides is equals to 2 multiplied by 1 multiplied by 6 plus 2 multiplied by 1 multiplied by 8 equals to 28 square inches. So the area of the cubical lid is equals to 48 plus 28, which is equals to 76 square inches, which is available in the option D. 76 square inches is the total area of the cardboard pieces required to make the lid. Okay, next we have the table shows the total cost of renting different types of motor boats for a certain number of hours. The total cost is calculated using the deposit and the cost of renting per hour. Some information is missing in the table. So here this is one is the motorboat renting table. We have some types A, B, C, D. Then we have hours 2, 4, 8, 10. Then we have some deposit. 2 blocks are empty and the 2 ones 100 pounds, 95 pounds. Then we have cost per hour and then the total cost. So the question is, if the deposit for type D motorboats is increased by 5% on Sundays, what is the total cost of renting a type D motorboat for 6 hours on a Sunday? Option A, 695 pounds, 0.00. Option B, 699 pounds, 0.75. Option C, 750.20 pounds. Option D, 754.25 pounds. Option E, 950 pounds, 0.00. Option B is the correct response, as deposit on Sunday is equals to 95 pounds plus 95 multiplied by 0.05, which is equals to 99.75 pounds. Cost for 6 hours on type D is equals to 6 multiplied by 100 pounds equals to 600 pounds. So the total cost is equals to 600 plus 99.75. It is equals to 699.75 pounds. So that's why option B is the correct option, that 699.75 is the total cost of renting a type D motorboat for 6 hours on a Sunday. Okay, next we have the table shows and the same information and the same table, and the question is, Martha's total cost of renting a type C motorboat was 325 pounds. For how many hours did she rent the motorboat? Option A, 1. Option B, 2. Option C, 3. Option 4. D, 4. Option E, 5. So option C is the correct response. Total cost excluding deposit is equals to 325 minus 100 equals to 225 pounds. hours renting the motorboat is equals to 225 by 75, which is equals to 3 hours. So this is because the option C is the right response, that 3 hours did she rent, she did rent the motorboat. Okay, next again we have the same information, and the question is that the total cost of renting a type E motorboat is £240 for 1 hour. Type C and type E motorboats have the same deposit. What is the ratio of the cost per hour of a type C motorboat to that of a type E motorboat? Option A, 1:3. Option B, 15:28. Option C, 14:23. Option D, 5:7. Option E, 23:27. So option B is the correct response. Deposit for type E motorboat equals to deposit for type C motorboat equals to £100. So the cost per hour of a type E motorboat is equals to £140. So the ratio is equals to 75:140, which is equals to 15:28. So that's why option B is the correct option. 15:28 is the ratio of the cost per hour of a type C motorboat to that of a type E motorboat. Okay, now we have again same information in the table, and the question is Alan rented a type A motorboat for 3 hours on Monday and type C motorboat for 2 hours on Tuesday. What is the percentage change in Alan's total cost from Monday to Tuesday? Option A, 15%. Option B, 50%. Option C, 56.25%. Option D, 72.25%. Option E, 75%. So option C is the correct response. The deposit for type A is equals to 135 minus 2 multiplied by 25, which is equals to £85. So the total cost for type A motorboat for 3 hours is equals to 85 plus 3 multiplied by 25, which is equals to £160. So total cost for type C motorboat for 2 hours is equals to 100 plus 75 multiplied by 2 equals £250. Difference in total cost is equals to 250 minus 160 equals to 90. Percentage change, 90 divided 160 multiplied by 100, which is equals to 56.25%. So because of all these calculations, we have the right option is the option C, which is 56.25%. So this was the percentage change in Alan's total cost from Monday to Tuesday. Okay, so here we have completed our first section of quantitative reasoning. I hope you guys have get it each and every point, but if you still have anything to ask, you can ask me in the comment section. And if you like our video, don't forget to press the like button, and if you guys haven't subscribed our channel yet, please subscribe it, and don't forget to hit the bell icon, so whenever I upload a new video you will get a notification. I'll be back with another video We will continue our next section of quantitative reasoning in the next video. Till then, just take care and goodbye.